If you want to know what is one of the best fights in this arc, considering we already got the so-called rematch of the season, being Deku versus Muscular, Deku versus Lady Nagant is not only one of the most intense fights, but it also proves just how capable Deku is against a trained assassin. A trained hero assassin who's killed so many people and is intelligent and dangerous. Hell, she's even more dangerous with the quirk that All For One gave her. So let's go through this little fun thing one by one. Starting off with, Deku being cornered for a bit. Lady Nagant has the advantage. She's basically putting him in the back burner. Due to her, attacks, they're kind of pushing Deku back, especially with the fact that he tried to escape her, as it shows here, just showing what he's trying to do, only for her quirk to basically help her close the distance. So she is one hell of a sniper. Editor's note here, I almost forgot to mention All Might at the beginning of the episode. All Might is just, obviously he got attacked by these two random thieves, and, that's not going to stop him from trying to help, Deku. And like the badass he is, he completely just scares the hell out of them. So he pulls out his inner stain and just shows that he is not backing down. He may be quirkless at this point, but he is not backing down. So it forces Deku to use smoke screen, and not only use it, but basically super use it to its maximum potential to allow him not exactly escape Nagant, but give him time to think. This is where Deku shines the most, because his battle IQ is very high, considering that he's had this quirk for a little bit, 2 years, and he's already in, if I want to say, the level of All Might, if we're gonna compare anything. But he's able to not only use his outfit to see where the hell she is, but he uses the third user's quirk to push himself up the building into her blind spot and catch her off guard. And he's he succeeds here only for her to kind of counter this. We do get a bit of her backstory, how she's disillusioned with everything of Hero Society, which obviously makes me think that she kind of did the right thing killing this jackass. He kind of deserved to die. Not the point. The point is that she basically is what you call disillusioned. Although I don't know why the hell she'd trust All For One, considering that he's worse than these jackasses. She basically just views society as corrupt, almost similar to a certain other character, but in a different way, because she is one of those corrupted people. And it's interesting that throughout time, she basically views her hand with blood because that signifies that she has blood in her hands. The guilt of killing people. Even those that haven't committed crimes, because they're a threat, they need to be taken out. And I like the argument that just showing the good parts of society can also equate to brainwashing. That actually makes me think of something from Danganronpa. Anyway, so yeah, she just views Deku as the biggest problem because he's brainwashed by society. Although what's interesting is having Overhaul back and basically just shouting that he kept his end of the bargain, which we know that from a little tiny flashback to that is he wants to go see his pops. And he basically helped identify who Deku is. In exchange, he goes see his pops. What Lady Nagant uses this moment is to try to throw Deku off guard. But before this, she's basically telling him her reason of why she's siding with All For One, as well as shooting, all around Deku, kind of cornering him. And she basically shoots her partner just so that way she could get some time to distract him. Unbeknownst to her, though, Deku is more likely to save anybody the moment he sees that they're in danger. Doesn't matter who. Hell, he saves Overhaul. And I do want to say, I don't want to keep jumping around, but I mean, he does not like Overhaul. If anything, he would want to beat the crap out of him again, considering what he did to Eri. But he goes and literally saves him before completely using his other leg that has still kinetic energy to boost his way to her and basically break her arm weapon. Basically, kind of putting her out of the fight at this point. He basically duped her and showed that he's a hero. He's a hero. And Lady Nagant was caught off guard by this. And also Deku showing his shining side of basically telling her that she can still be the hero that she is. And that actually causes her to kind of have her heart filled with light before literally blowing the fuck up. Because All For One is a dickhead and just is an asshole. And he also accounted for this. Yeah. Whatever, All For One. I mean, I guess in this case, yeah, a former hero siding with you. Yeah, I guess that would make sense having that. But I don't believe that he has everything fucking planned. But that's besides the point. So, yeah. Lady Nagant is falling down. Hawks comes in. And it's interesting having Hawks, the replacement, talk to the one he replaced. And basically showing that despite all the shit they both did, he still keeps his optimism. He still keeps his light because of his past, which makes Hawks one of the greatest heroes. But aside from that, having not only Deku's words, but also Hawks and his light is enough to get Lady Nagant to tell everything she knows before, well, passing out. And Deku basically telling Overhaul that if he wants to see his pops and wants to apologize, he should apologize for Eri after all the crap he did to her. And you know what? Good on you, Deku. Good on you telling this dumbass what the hell he needs to do. Anyway, obviously Deku's enraged by this. He's enraged by All For One because basically it's all For One's fault. And that's where the episode ends. Deku just in complete hatred for All For One. If anything, what I will say is that Deku is slowly starting to become All Might. And by that I mean All Might when he pushed away Night Eye is because All Might says at that point when we saw the season 4 flashback is he's the only one who could save everyone. Deku is being pushed to that point. And well, I can't wait for the next episode where we know Deku is going to interact with All For One. And that's going to be one hell of an interaction.